Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Volta Quad V-Mount Battery Charger. We're also going to take a look at the Volta Smart V-Mount lithium-ion batteries here. Now, you can technically buy V-Mount batteries anywhere, different prices, some cheaper than others, but there's a lot of reasons why you may be interested in smart batteries like this, and we're going to go through some of that and tell you why, and also why you might be interested in a quad charger like this Volta. So the Volta battery charger, you get obviously the power cord. It also has 12 volt XLR out, 4-pin XLR. So you can actually, it comes with this XLR cable, and you can use this as a power source to power up, accessories that are powered on 4-pin XLR 12 volt. So you can just use this as that type of adapter. But as a charger, this one will recharge 4 batteries in 4 hours simultaneously. Now, when you go out and you buy these V-mount batteries, technically or normally they don't even come with chargers, so you have to spend extra money to buy a charger. And those dual chargers that you might see out there, the way most of them will operate is they will charge 2 batteries, but they will charge 1 battery at a time. And then when that battery is full, it switches to the second battery. So if it were to take 4 hours to charge 1 battery, if you were to charge 2, it would take you 8 hours. And then if you had to manage 3 batteries, that could take you 12 hours to charge up a full set of 3 batteries. Now the Volta quad charger here will charge 4 batteries simultaneously and have them all done in about 4 hours. So it's a great battery charger, especially if you're working with a lot of V-mount. Here you see I have an LED light, which if you have any LED panels that use V-mount, batteries are the way to go because you don't have to worry about where to plug in, extension cords. You can even run while holding the light panel at the same time, which you'll see a lot in broadcast. They follow subjects with a light panel, just kind of holding it, and it's all battery powered. So it's definitely beneficial to own V-mount batteries with LED lights. But again, there are some differences with certain V-mounts. Now this Volta right here is rated at 99 watt hours. Now the reason why you want to get something like this is if you have to travel and fly. There are some rules and regulations about how big of a battery you can actually carry on a plane, and this one meets a lot of those rules where it's just under 100 watt hours. There are certainly bigger V-mount batteries out there which are great, double capacity. It'll last you a long time. You just have to worry whether or not you want to travel, or you have to travel with those double capacity ones because they may not meet those guidelines. Number 2, getting a double capacity battery obviously could almost be double the weight of these batteries here. And sometimes you don't need the double capacity. This battery right here on one of these panels can run 3 to 4 hours non-stop continuous. So whether you need to carry double capacity or not, that's really up to you. And then another reason you may want to get better batteries than some of the cheaper ones out there is the amp output. I've tried this battery here on a number of different lights, and some lights are more demanding than others, and this battery was able to power it. Some of my cheaper V-mount batteries, even though they might be double capacity and even cheaper, they could not power the light because they just physically couldn't output enough amps. And these all have some sort of built-in regulator in there so that they're not overpowered. So the other V-mount batteries I own weren't able to power many of the accessories. So it really depends what you're using V-mount batteries for. If you're just using it for small accessories like maybe a monitor, power up maybe your camera and some audio recorders, just about anything out there will work. But if you want a smart set of batteries that are powerful, then you're going to want to step up and get something that's decent quality, so that way you can power just about anything out there. All right, another reason why the Volta Smart battery is very handy, useful, is this screen over here. So not only do you have a kind of a power indicator here off to the side, which most V-mounts will have, but you also have a smart LCD screen over here. So right now what we're looking at is time remaining, which is not accurate because it's actually not plugged into anything. But it'll also tell you the percentage, and it shows here we're almost at 100% or at 100%. And then the battery also will recognize the amount of cycles it has had. So this has been recharged 3 times here, and then you'll have an indicator of the battery. Now, this is very, very handy for a lot of reasons, because when you mount this to, say, this light panel over here, it will give you a very good indication of how long it will run at that current power setting. Now, I've tried it. I've mounted it to one of the F&V lights, and after letting it acclimate for a few minutes, I checked the LCD display. It said it would run for 3 hours. I ran a time lapse with my camera. It actually ran 3 hours. So the meters on here are very accurate, or pretty accurate enough, where you get an idea of how long you can actually work with the battery. So if you're doing some sort of interview on location, you're going to get a very, very good indication of how long you can actually operate before it needs to go back on the charger. With other batteries, without that smart technology, it's a little bit of a guesswork. You're kind of like, I'm at 50%, I'm at 25%, but you really don't have an exact clue of how long it's actually going to run at the power setting you're at. So these LCDs are very, very handy for that. Another reason why these batteries with the smart technology are handy is when they go on the charger. If you grabbed any other V-mount battery that just had a basic graph, you kind of don't have an idea of how long it's going to take to recharge that particular battery. But here, if we were to mount this smart battery to this charger here, you'll hear the battery charger kick on right now, and on the display here, we'll be able to see how long it's going to take before this battery is full. Remember, it takes about 4 hours for this 99 watt hour V-mount here, and on the display, it will tell us how long we can expect before we have to remove it from the charger. So having a display like that is incredibly handy as well, because you could have 4 different batteries on here, and you can kind of check the status of what the battery is at and how long it's going to take before you can grab it and reuse it again. And even if it's at 50% capacity, again, once you mount it to your LED light, you're going to know how long you're going to have to run it. So just to show you, let's pop this out. Let's throw this on this LED light. We're going to kick this on. We're going to turn the power up full blast. Now, the first time we check this, it shows here 42 hours and 18 minutes, which is obviously not accurate. But if we give it a few minutes just to kind of acclimate, we'll recheck that again, and then it'll give us a good indication of how long this battery is going to run at the current power setting. All right, so we've given it a few minutes. Let's go check how long we have on this battery. It says we have about 3 hours and 40 minutes. Now, if I was to recheck that again, it would pretty much be the same. So this is already acclimated to the power setting, and that's how long we have to run on this particular LED light on this power setting. So that's a great tool to have on a smart battery. Other V-mounts, it's still a little bit of a guesswork sometimes, and you just don't know. So definitely the Volta Smart V-Mount batteries are going to give you an extra edge when you're working with these batteries and also managing them. Also putting them on these quad chargers, they'll tell you how long it's going to take to recharge the batteries. Again, this Quad V-Mount charger is charging all your batteries simultaneously, unlike the dual chargers out there that would do it one at a time. You can dock 2 batteries, but it will charge one and then switch over to the other one. That takes a lot longer, especially if you have 3, 4 batteries or more. So this is definitely a great addition if you guys are working with V-Mount. Remember, you can buy cheaper ones, but a lot of them won't support the amperage for high-end lights, so you got to be careful about that. Also, determine whether or not the capacity, double capacity, or under 100 watt is what you need, because there are a lot of guidelines for flying with these batteries. So if you guys have any questions about this stuff, check it out on the blog, cheesycam.com, or find this at fnvlight.com. I'll have the links below, or again on the blog.